All right, everybody. How y'all doing out there? This is something new that may get started one-on-one with the 804 podcast.
Right.
You talk to you get interviewed by, different people. You may get interviewed by Alex. You may get interviewed by Jesse or Nick.
Dope.
So, first guest, Radio B.
I appreciate it.
How you doing?
I'm good. Excited.
Just excited? All right, so first off, Flag on the Moon is coming up.
Yeah.
So, first off, tell everybody how that got started.
This is the 7th Flag on the Moon. It started, I can't remember if it was 2016 or 15. Started out as an event for my birthday with myself, Nicholas F., Michael Millions. I think the first one was us and Dr. Millionaire, and then we always do a contest for opening slot where anyone can campaign for that slot and how the people vote for that particular opener. And then that particular year was Evan Barlow. I think that won the contest that year. But ever since then, it's continuously grown. More and more people that we add to the bill each year. Every year, it's like really just a celebration of Richmond hip hop as a whole. And that's really what Flag really represents ultimately. And so, throughout the year, I'm just always like keeping my hand on the pulse of, who's out there doing anything, who's like staying tapped in with the scene and supporting the scene overall, as well as, dropping dope projects and doing shows. So that's kind of how the bill comes together each year.
Who are you excited to see?
Man, I'm always excited to see my brothers, Nick and Mike. I'm really excited to see the entire bill. Trig, I think, is going to have an incredible set. He's got some real big plans as far as people that he's involved in. It's a very involved set from what I can understand. He's been having multiple rehearsals and stuff like that. Black Lick is going to bring some really unique things to the stage, I think, as well. But the whole bill is stacked. You got Troy, you got Big B, you got, man, it's a stacked bill. Who else? Trey Authentic, Corey Ja, PT Val, Chance Fisher. I can go on and on. Who else is on the bill? Let me pull up my phone here. I don't want to forget anybody. And it's not that anybody is not on the forefront of my mind, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Noah O, obviously. He's going to kill it. Rep, Skinny Hendrix. And our contest winner this year was Dr. Lonsky. So, yeah.
Is there any dark horse in this competition?
It's not a competition. This is the one thing out of everything that I do. Typically, rapidly, it is all competitive. But This is not a competitive event. This is really ultimately a celebration of all these people's talents. You know what I'm saying? And these are guys that have been putting on incredibly all year. So I expect everybody to do their thing.
Which veterans are you most excited to see?
I can't pick. I'm privileged to have folks like Noah O and Black Lick, being a part of the set. It's family at the end of the day, so it's not like it's out of the norm or anything like that. But we've never had Black Lick as part of Flag on the Moon before. We've had Noah before, but it's been quite a while. So, and Noah's had incredible momentum leading into this entire year with the store. He's constantly pushing the envelope community-wise, as well as just as an overall brand. And, he had the incredible show with Pusha and Kids at Play at Browns Island. So, you know, I expect him to bring that energy to it. And he dropped a really incredible album, the Filipino album this year. So his set's gonna be crazy too.
Now, looking at, you know, these guys that are on stage, you know that they've dropped a couple projects this year. Which one of those guys do you think dropped a really special project this year?
I think Noah dropped a special project. I think Black Lick dropped a couple of really dope pieces. Big B put out a really dope album this year. Skinny's been dropping some heat. PT Bell put out a dope project with the Aviation. Man, who else has got a project? I know Chance got one in the tuck that ain't dropped yet. Rep got one that's coming too. And I think that's it for who. Oh, no. Lion. Troy dropped a crazy project with Nigga Might Have Cared Too Much. So, yeah, I mean, others have dropped dope singles, had great momentum, whether it be in Rap League. So, like Trey Authentic is performing because he's the MVP of Rap League this season. He put up a legendary season this year, 5 cypher wins out of 10. And, you know, Corey Josh has been performing everywhere. So he hasn't put out a lot of music, but he's just been constantly hitting stages everywhere he can find. And he's become extremely seasoned, as well as he's won the only 3 Sound Clash song battles that we've had at Rap League for the last 3 months. So he's been cleaning up.
Speaking of Corey Jaw, we've actually had him on the podcast.
Oh, word.
What do you see for Corey Jaw for 2023?
I just see him continuing to do what he's been doing and leveling up. You know, he's just hungry, you know what I mean? And he doesn't allow any opportunities to pass him by, you know, and he's so humble in as far as like how he approaches his opportunities. You know, no opportunities too small, no opportunities too big. And I think that's a big difference between, you know, somebody like Corey Jaw and a lot of the people that are on this bill and others. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes like it really boils down to that work ethic and the fact that you're like, I'm gonna keep showing up, right? And me showing up continuously to show what I bring to the table is going to generate me the impact that I need in the long run. And I think a lot of folks kind of like, you know, kind of just, I'm not gonna say want it kind of handed to them, but it's like you want to take the shortcuts, the easy routes, you know, not gonna really press themselves as hard as Corey Jaw would, you know what I'm saying? And I think what you end up seeing is the difference between somebody that's willing to put that extra effort in or goes a long way and folks that aren't.
Is there anybody that you wanted to see in this competition that's not competition? Is there anybody that you wanted to see in Flag in the Moon this year that's not going to be in?
Oh, plenty of people. You know, that's the thing. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, you can only put but so many people on a bill. I'm not gonna get into like naming names only because there's so many dope artists in our scene. Like there's so many people doing anything that if I feel like if I start naming names, then you got people feeling like, you know, I should have named them. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's people that are on the Rap League stage, there's people that aren't. You know, it's like I think there's the finalists that were in the contest, you know, could have definitely done it. You know, you had people like Karma, people like Ross Soul, you had Fastlane Lambo, but you have like people like Different. You know what I'm saying? And it's tons of artists out here that are really plugging and really working and doing creative things. It's you know, and because they're constantly making a way for themselves, always see them, and they'll always have an opportunity to have bigger opportunities. So I love this scene. You know, I'm obviously like knee deep in it, but you know, at the same time, you can't be at every corner of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think people kind of get that, you know, kind of get frustrated by that, because it's like everybody wants to have the same opportunities, or everybody wants to be seen the same. You know what I'm saying? It's just not really possible. You know what I'm saying? You kind of gotta make yourself seen, and if wherever it is that you want to be, at whatever platform that you want to be on, or I always tell people, it's like you gotta show love to that platform, you know, and show up for that platform in order to be seen by that platform in most cases. You know what I'm saying? Like, platforms aren't talent scouts. You know, platforms are platforms. You know, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So,
so new project drop August.
yeah.
Tell us about it.
My new album, Stop Looking for Noise, produced by Don Dubious. It's a project that I actually recorded last year. Really quick. It was like shortly after my mom passed away. And it's an album where I'm kind of unpacking a lot of just not only that situation, but just, you know, in addition to like, okay, my mom passed away in August of last year, and I got married in July of last year. Oh no, I got married in June of last year, and I moved into a new house in July. So it's June, July, August, and I started like a new career in November of last year. So it's like there's a lot of different things, a lot of transitions that were going on in my life at that time, and the album is kind of about those transitions, as well as just universally what we all relate to. It's just the distractions of like these phones and the social media, and all of the noise and static that we are constantly like bombarded with. You know, we're constantly like receiving content that is not necessarily intended to even either be for us or uplift us or be part of our purpose. You know what I'm saying? So they're really ultimately distractions. So the album talks a lot about kind of like separating ourselves and separating myself from those distractions, and how to, you know, heal from trauma, and a lot of different things on that album.
Now, what's your favorite song? Mine is Bustin' in the Garden of Eden.
Oh, Bustin' in the Garden of Eden. Yeah, that was one of the last songs that was done. I would say Never Want to See Again, If I Live, Hide Your Heart. Those are like, but then it's like, then you have like Ventilation and Light Bearers, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's difficult for me to really, which I'm glad, because I feel like, you know, the album is like one of those, you know, it's a 32-minute sitting, you know what I'm saying? And you should just let it rock from top to bottom.
Now, what's next for you in 2023?
You know, just honestly, continuing to elevate each of the things that, you know, I've already kind of planted seeds in. I mean, one of those things is artist in residence at Virginia Union, which for the 2022-23 school year, I'll be which I just found out I'm the first artist in residence. I didn't realize that. I thought that it had artist in residence appointed before, so that became a big deal to me once that was revealed to me, because it's like historic. You know, it's like this school's been around since the 1800s. You know, it's people that have graduated from that school that are very prominent. You know, like I found out this year that Donda West is an alumni of Virginia Union. Like, that's crazy to me. But there's so many incredible people that have been there. So it's like, for me to be able to engage that student body and talk about hip hop and expose them to, you know, hip hop knowledge as well as events, and just, you know, kind of merge scene with the student body in whatever ways I can. It's incredible because you never know, who's in those classes, where their trajectory in life is scheduled to be. But this is a higher learning. This is a historically Black university, so the sky is the limit for all of those students wherever they plan on landing, and to be a part of that and have to engage them at this stage of their life is it's a beautiful thing to me, because you just never know what impact that could be.
Now, last question. Last year you was on our podcast, and you see how we've grown.
Yeah, I see y'all.
New setup, new all that.
I like how how you're presenting, even the marketing, advertising of your episodes. Like I said, the interaction with Randy Wilson and all that. I'm like, yo, it's real. I like the growth. I appreciate it.
You got to come back 2023.
For sure, absolutely, anytime.
All right, y'all. That was One-on-One with the 804 podcast.
Shout out to 804 podcast.
And go get your tickets for Flag on the Moon.
Yes.
You may see us there.
Facts.